What's up? It's the woke up, and I got Static Shock. What's up, Virgil? How you doing today, Virgil? We're gonna do a great stream today, right, Virgil? You know why I got Virgil behind me.
The new Pro series.
The Static Shock series is gonna come to Tubi eventually, and we'll get into what else is coming to Tubi and what's already on Tubi, because they got like every Power Ranger season on Tubi right now, and I've indulged a couple of times throughout the last year or so. Tubi's growing on me. We'll talk on the Marvel and
pretty good stuff. They have some.
Yeah, they're growing on you too.
Yeah, no, they have some pretty good stuff on Tubi. I think was it like the George Lopez show. That's one of the reasons I downloaded Tubi. So I was trying to find the George Lopez show.
The old one from like 2005?
Yeah, the good one. The one where he was like his mom and lived with his wife and the daughter and son.
Yeah.
That was my shit. So I was looking for that. And I think it's on Tubi. So yeah, no, Tubi's got some good stuff on there though. Joanna Man is on Tubi. Just watched that the other day. Hadn't seen Joanna Man in a while.
You know, I saw Bald Brothers with Kev on stage and Tony Baker, and they do like a comedy show that's freestyle comedy. Nothing's planned. They just invite someone on stage, tell us your story. Hey, what's your hot take? And then they just like clown for 5 minutes and they say, okay, next contestant. And they get someone else from the audience. I explained it and it works like just exactly how I explained it. And it's very funny, very good.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Oh, you got to see it. It's like 9 episodes long, and I'm on the 3rd episode right now. They went to Philadelphia. They went to Atlanta. I think Chicago also. I'll see what other cities they hit up, but it's good. New York City with the Tims. Yeah, they did great. They're amazing. But Tubi, that's my thing. You know what? Let's rank streaming services right now. And in the chat, you can join in too. I got Netflix is king. I can't say Disney because I just don't care much about Marvel or Star Wars, but I used to say Disney too. I think Prime is number 2, and then I'll go to Tubi.
For me, it would be still Netflix, HBO, Disney.
Yeah, HBO's Game of Thrones.
But I do go to Prime sometimes. One I don't have well to get is Paramount.
I don't think I'll ever get Paramount with the family that owns it. It's pretty sticky.
Yeah.
Dead President's Day. Superhero Static Shock. Whoop whoop. She loves fantasy. What's up, y'all?
What's going on?
Naries is here too. Okay, Lauren says Netflix, then HBO Max, Crunchyroll. It probably does deserve to be number 3. I don't watch too much anime though. I love Prime, Netflix, and HBO Max. I'll have to check out Tubi. Yeah. Tubi's for free anyways. Yeah, you're going to watch a 2-minute ad right before you start something, but it's for free. And then we'll also touch
the movie and stuff, but it's really not that bad.
We'll do the AI stuff with with Marvel and with Star Wars. That's a whole mess. And then we'll try to talk to you guys about Game of Thrones. I haven't seen much of it, so he'll do most of the talking. And then a nice little announcement. Tomorrow we're going to have a Mandalorian Grogu trailer. And with all the heat that they've been getting the last 2 weeks, you want to expect that they're going to come with fire. So the teaser of the preview of the trailer looked good, and we'll play that one. Where do we begin? You want to begin? I'll say one thing. I'll say one thing. Right before we started talking on stream, me and Darius were chatting about Comics Explained, Blurred Without Fear, that stuff. And I think I'm cool on that. I think we've climaxed on that. And I hope that everything works out. I'll say that. Because we did talk about it like a week ago when it was just the guy on Twitter talking to Comics Explained. I told you Comics Explained this and that. And then we get both sides doing a back and forth and now expanding, and everyone's giving their opinion on comic book YouTube. And today, the way I feel is I don't want to associate with dramatic YouTube beefing and fighting and stuff like that. So I'm probably not going to have much to say. I still believe Rob did nothing wrong. I'm still very understanding of his position on why you should follow the people, the gunk. I get it, but I just don't want to dip a toe in anymore. That's how I feel about it. That's probably how I'll still feel about it, and I hope there's no more back and forth.
I don't know that is there anything else to say about it? I mean, I feel like we said what needed, I mean, what more can be said about that whole ordeal? I don't know what more could be said. But yeah, let's elect them both. The user that started all of that commented on something I said on Twitter.
Oh no, a good way or a bad way?
I feel like that user aims to be divisive or problematic or trying to start arguments and things on Twitter. I had just said what could have been, and it was a picture of Ben Affleck and what's the dude's name from The Giver that played Robin in the Titan show and Nightwing? Something.
I don't remember.
That Waits or something like that. His first name, I don't know. His last name is Thwaites or something. But anyway, he is Robin, and I just shared the picture and said what could have been, you know, because they were like, it was him and Ben Affleck's Batman and him as Robin sitting next to each other. And he commented on it and said, yeah, well, James Gunn, what do you say? Or Snyder killed him in his universe, so with all these question marks. And I was just like, yeah, well, that's why I said what could have been.
So he's just engagement farming.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. And yet, that person still doesn't have a lot of followers and things like that either. I was looking at his. I was just expecting from his involvement with that stuff that he was going to gain some publicity.
Well, it certainly is working on YouTube. I'm seeing a lot of YouTube coverage, and they're getting lots of viewership, giving their takes on what's happening between Blurred and Comics Explained.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I have nothing else to say on it. I said what I had to say on it. Last time we all talked about it.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms is phenomenal. London Cross was so good. I watched third episode premiere twice. You watched the 3-episode premiere twice? I understand that. It's nice to be just like in that world. It's so cool to see the brotherhood of Samson and Cross. It's so good to see capable people. Well-written show also. Multiple characters to invest in, and there's something that you might pick up on the next time. Like that FBI agent, Kayla Craig. Didn't care for her much in the first season, but I guess if she's still here, she's going to be significant. So I'll just be more attentive with watching her. The comic effery needs to fizzle out nice and quick, please. It's unnecessary. Doubly so during Black History Month. Everyone can live and let live. It's one of the few times it's genuinely not that deep. I think I agree with that one 100%. But the bottle was opened, and they went public, and they did, and now we know about it.
It's ran with now. Oh, show. Yes, Knights of the Seven Kingdoms is phenomenal. We can start there. The show right now has the highest. Let me go to my Twitter here. Sorry. Has the highest rated. It's the highest rate, or this last night's episode is the highest rated episode of the season. It was the Trial of 7 episode, and it got a 9.9 out of 10 on IMDb. It's the highest, as I said, Game of Thrones. I'm sorry, it's the highest in the Game of Thrones franchise. I saw some people saying that was one of the best fights in Game of Thrones series. Don't get me wrong. I think Knights of Seven Kingdoms has been phenomenal once it picked up in that third episode. But I don't think that Trial of the Seven was one of the best fights we've seen in Game of Thrones universe. I mean, there's still the Battle of the Bastards. There's still so many things from Game of Thrones that just are honestly, again, timeless. I can't see myself revisiting. For me personally, this is just me. I can't see myself revisiting the Trial of Seven over and over as I can with the Battle of the Bastards or anything like that. It's very different. So, but it's been great. I think the little boy that plays Aegon is phenomenal. I think he's got a bright future in his little acting career. This last episode, seeing Baelor, if you don't know, I actually really don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it. But just the episode was phenomenal. So a great episode. I hate that next Sunday is the finale. I mean, we're already there after 6 weeks, and these episodes are only 30 to 40 minutes long. So we're already at the finale, and now who knows how long we have to wait for season 2.
Yeah,
but
right.
But yeah, we're already at the finale. So I'm hoping at least the finale is an hour long. But Game of Thrones, once again, has shown that even outside of the Game of Thrones universe, they are still able to stand on their own two feet. It's not Game of Thrones. It's not Game of Thrones. I don't think they'll ever with anything they do, even with Aegon's Conquest. I don't know that that's even going to top Game of Thrones. But this is so good. It fits right into that universe. You really can, if you were to show someone this universe without ever having seen Game of Thrones, you honestly could start. You should honestly just start with House of Dragon and flow right through to Game of Thrones because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love the way that when things are rhyme and have it's poetry, like George would say. So I like it.
This is the third series that they've done, and the newest of the two have gone back in time. If they do a fourth series, I'm really need them to go forward in time using the same characters from Game of Thrones and then use some of the history we learned during House of Dragon, Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. Some of the history that we just learned there, or a house or a character here or a family lineage can matter down the line. Where someone can say, well, my ancestor was a great sailor, and then we go, oh, they're talking about the dude who said bastards. Like we can really utilize some of the history to create characters in the future. That's what we should be doing, and I would like to see the fourth series go forward, which they say they're going to do.
You want to see it is written, like you want to see them do stuff that they make up.
George R.R. Martin's still alive. You can ask him for an input here and there.
Brother,
don't Kathleen Kennedy it.
That man forever. Hey, when are you going to finish? Hey, when are you going to finish? Hey, George, maybe you should get off set and go finish. Or, hey, George, I don't know. You're talking in this interview. You could be finishing. I mean, they've been asking that man for a while.
Let's see how old he is. George R.R. Martin.
He's like 70-something, 80.
77 years old. What's the average life expectancy for United States? 77? Like he's really close. He's risking it for no reason.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's ever going to finish it. I don't know if he started or I really don't know. But I do worry about them finishing any story without him involved because we've seen what that looks like.
Life expectancy for males is 75.8.
Well, I don't know. That one actor passed away today. He's 95.
Well, yeah, it's just an average. Smoking, early deaths, car crashes, things like that do play a part. COVID. And you know what? He's had access to like all the fruits and vegetables and healthy food and all that stuff. So maybe he's not 75. Maybe his average is higher for someone like him.
Yeah. Yeah, I've loved it. I've liked it. Those first two episodes, very slow. That third episode is where everything has picked up, and it has been great since then. Anything involving the Targaryens is going to be great. So you're getting to see Aerion and, Maker and his kids and it's cool. It's cool. I like seeing anything with the Targaryens and their history and all their lineage and the families, how it all ties. I like all that stuff.
They need to add more than just dragons and Targaryens. How about if there's another house where we've got access to this mythical beast? They can make it up and they can say this is just as bad as a dragon. Actually, one of these took out two dragons.
Takes away this. It takes away. No, you can't do that. Then that takes away what you want that. Then they need to make an old Valyria film or series, because in old Valyria, the Targaryens weren't even one of the top dragon riding families. They were actually one of the lowest dragon riding families. So you want something like that where you're getting at other houses with bigger, better dragons, and do that. But I think if you make another mythical creature in this universe that is bigger or better than a dragon, then it takes away a lot of it. That the dragons and the Targaryens are at the heart of Game of Thrones, this universe. What is the mystique? What is the action? What brings everything to the forefront? I think if you take away their dragons, as you've seen in Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, you take away what's interesting even about the Targaryens. Them not having their dragons in this, they're ruling, but they're not as interesting. They're just bullies. But in House of the Dragon, they're very interesting.
Well, that's just Westeros. The Targaryens are relevant. They're not relevant at all on Essos or what's west of Westeros, and the terrain, like oceans. How do we know there's not no big monster in the ocean that dominates that? And there's a house west of Westeros that conquered that animal, like these huge whales, where they don't even got to be big. They can just be medium sized. They shoot out water from their mouth. Like, just create Pokemon, basically. Like, you can do it.
I wouldn't be for it, but if they were to do that, maybe people would be for it. Not for me. I like that the dragons run everything. And even if the dragons haven't been Essos, you take Balerion the Dread, you take Drogon, or you take Vagar to Essos, and you conquer Essos with a dragon.
Unless there's a desert beast that works well in that terrain, that, sand gets in the dragon's eyes. That's why they're not so formidable there. We can explain away why a dragon has an equal in the food chain.
Be equal to a giant lizard that flies and spits fire?
You can make that up. What puts out fire? Water. What are lizards' weaknesses? They're cold-blooded, right? So you get a warm-blooded, or a warm terrain, or a cold terrain rather. Like, you can just think of a way to explain it.
Oh, and that is true. Like she does fantasy. Said Daenerys took the dragons outside of Westeros.
When she went up north, and she wasn't too successful up there in the ice. So what are the beasts north of the wall? What are some of their mythical creatures? Like, do they got poisonous?
Successful against the Night King when he turned Rhaegar, or which one was it? Whichever dragon was, into his little minion. That doesn't count.
He created a new beast. Is that in the books?
No, but and that doesn't count as far as her when she goes, because without his Night King power and being able to do what he's able to do, she would have easily freed Jon and everyone around there and left from beyond the wall and went right back to where they were. The only thing that deterred them was the fact that the Night King has powers. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't think that. I mean, yeah, you do. You can do something else with the dragon, but I don't know.
Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is not filming a season 2. It is not showing on their Wikipedia.
I don't think it's been has it been greenlit?
Well, the series was renewed for a second season, which will be based on the Seven Sword, and is expected to release in 2027.
2027.
Yeah, 1 year from now, 2027.
Yeah, Robert's Rebellion has no dragons. I would love to see that. I mean, we're supposed to be getting. I believe they are doing it. Rumor has it that Henry Cavill has been cast as Daemon Blackfire in season 2. He is one of the bastards of one of the Targaryen bastards that got legit. Forget which king it was that legitimized all his bastards on his deathbed. And the Blackfire, Daemon Blackfire was one of the ones that he led the Blackfire rebellion that almost brought the current dynasty on the throne to its knees. So apparently Henry Cavill has been cast in that role, and the little boy that plays Egg spoiled that in a video that has gone viral.
Crazy. Henry Cavill's got his Warhammer thing that he's really serious about, and he's more involved in. He's more like a producer than just an actor. So to get his face out there on a Game of Thrones franchise to maintain his star power, which he probably doesn't need, but it doesn't hurt, is a good plan to do. So he'll have this thing. He'll be on HBO Max, and he'll be publicly relevant. So good casting on that front.
Mm-hmm.
You get to speak in his original accent. He won't have to turn on the American accent like he does for Superman and so many of his roles.
And that'd be really cool too. I mean, that's something that they were kind of hinting at the Blackfire Rebellion. I don't know exactly what they're going to do, but I mean, this leads all the way up to, if they were to do this leads all the way up to Game of Thrones. Sir Dunk is the one that saves Daenerys's mother, and who was pregnant with Rhaegar at the time. Daenerys's mother was pregnant with Rhaegar, he saved them from the fire that basically would have made the Targaryens all extinct had he not gotten them out. So it goes all the way up to Game of Thrones if they wanted to do that. It gets crazy because Egg, the little boy, does become king and becomes obsessed. Well, as he becomes king, since he was living with the poor people with Dunk and things like that, he had a soft spot for them, seeing what they lived. So he wanted to do things differently as king and wanted to give them a little bit more than they ever had. And that didn't sit right with a lot of the other lords and things like that. So he had a lot of rebellions during his reign. And but as he got older and he got stressed out with these rebellions, he was like, I see why we needed dragons to control blah, 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 blah. So he got obsessed with trying to get dragons back. And so he had a dream, and it's not really, George R. R. Martin doesn't go on, he doesn't give you anything on this. It's just your interpretation of what this dream, if the dream is what happened with Daenerys being in the fire and the dragons being burnt, because he saw that. So he thought that was him in that dream. So some people think that the fire that took out all the Targaryens was purposeful because he needed to make sacrifices to the gods and in order to get the dragons and blood and blah blah, all this kind of stuff. It's a lot of different things. Now, are they going to go that far with it? Are they going to show him go mad and he doesn't go mad, king mad, but they show him go mad and obsessive with trying to bring the dragons back? I don't know. But it does get interesting.
A couple things. Peter Claffey supposedly debunked the Cavill thing later, for whatever that's worth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of the Hedge Knight novellas addresses the second Blackfire War. Yep, you're exactly right. I guess, Erica, you read the books and you're like well in just as much as Darius is. And you guys are still able to enjoy these shows even though you kind of know what's supposed to happen and what comes next, and you can compare it to what you read before.
Yeah, I love it. I like too when they say stuff that I'm able to be like, oh, I know what that's a reference to, or oh, I know what's coming. It's cool. It's a huge universe that they haven't even scratched the surface on showing what all has happened just from what we've seen. And like, if you're just a viewer of Game of Thrones and you haven't viewed the other stuff, there's so much more.
So much more. Show with the cool background. And then who said it earlier? Something about, please tell me you will cover Draymac versus Blurred. I will speak directly to you, RW Chi-Town. We are not pawns or toys or characters on the screen that you can just write something and then we'll go and we'll join the you know what I mean? So just watch the beginning of the stream and you'll hear what my position is. I just don't want any part of it, all of it, even round 2 when it looks like Dre versus Blurred or round 3 involving whatever. I'm good on it. But I mean, I'm not going to be mad at you for asking me that. What my take is, that is my take. Darius, you want to touch this one?
No, not really. I mean, I said what I had to say about it on Thursday, and then I think I talked about it in my stream on Wednesday, or maybe on Wednesday. That was it. I mean, I really don't have anything to say about it. I mean, the only thing I will say to just ease, if you're looking for something, I don't know what people are expecting from Comics Explained. Rob, he's never been that guy. He explains comics. That's what he does. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do we do next, man? Star Wars. We have to do Star Wars because they're doing the thing that I love, which is they're giving awareness about a trailer coming out before the trailer comes out. They're creating what you and me are doing right now is happening at every comic book shop today, every barber shop, every school. Kids are talking about it right now. Hey, there's going to be another trailer tomorrow. Really? Tomorrow? Yeah, there's a trailer tomorrow. What time does the trailers usually come? That's at 12. Okay, at lunch, let's, like people are talking about Star Wars having a trailer tomorrow. The pre-announcement is legendary. Works for DC when they tried doing it. And I hope Star Wars continues to do this announcement trailer tomorrow. I mean, a trailer tomorrow.
Best of luck to him. I hope that the trailer is good. Of course, I love Star Wars. I'm not rooting against Mandalorian and Grogu, although I've lost the appeal in Grogu. I don't understand where we're going with the character, as well as Din. I am still hopeful about the film. I think I'm also afraid because, like I said, they've yet to show, and maybe in this trailer they're going to show some of the plot. They've yet to show the plot to anyone. We only know what we know through leaks and things like that. I'm ready to see what the CGI is going to look like on Rhoda, since he is going to be in about 85 to 90% of the film. We're going to be spending all that time with him. Just a lot. There's a lot. I'm hoping that this pans out to be what they want it to be, and I hope it's good.
Let's react to what they teased. It's only like 16 seconds. All right. Let me put it out normal speed. Go.
Hey, never touch the buttons.
And that right there lies my issue. That 15 seconds, it wasn't even the whole 15 seconds, it was the last 3, lies my issue.
Cuteness.
No? Yeah, I guess you could say that. How long? I say this every time we talk about Mandalorian. How long is this going to last? How long is this going to be sellable? New York Toy Fair was just this past weekend, and of course, Marvel Legends, Black Series, and a couple of others, Mattel, and all the other big guys, they all dropped some big toys and things like that. Black Series dropped yet another Mandalorian and Grogu 2-pack, where it's the same thing. You are getting the exact same, because you can't do anything new with it because it's been the same thing since 2019. So it's like, how long is that? Because I won't be buying that. I have 3. I won't be buying another one. It's repetitive. How long is this going to be marketable? How long are you selling the cute factor? How long is he going to be touching shit he's not supposed to be touching and then saying, don't touch that? That's getting so fucking, like, episode 1, cute as fuck. Season 2, cute as hell. 2026, brothers got to grow up. This shit is getting old. I'm about done. I'm about done. So they better hope that this action that's supposed to be in this film can outweigh his goo goo gaga for me, because I feel like he's just in the way. You're going on this big space adventure and you got this kid that's touching controls on ships and shit. I don't know. I'm just annoyed. Again, it was cute and at the beginning. It's not no more.
The good old days of doing a trailer for a trailer. You're kind of right. I mean, it's the trailer for a trailer. You're kind of right. Except they barely show anything. They just show, look, this cute shot, and then a whole bunch of pressing buttons for the next part of it. So that doesn't reveal anything too much. And just they play the joke that he's going to be touching things.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing.
Trailer tomorrow. Okay, interesting. This is going to be a big day for trailers, man. Grogu needs development. Do you remember when the episode of Book of Boba Fett where Luke was training him and he's hopping on, skipping rocks, and he's like active and he was moving and doing things that were cool? That probably costed half of the budget of that episode for that little minute. That was cool. That's development. That's showing he's capable. In season 3, they showed him having like a Mandalorian duel where he had the paintball gun. Remember that one? So they showed he can lock in and use the Force, and you know what I mean, do what Luke did at the end of New Hope, where he shot the perfect shot. He can do it too. He's developing at a slow rate, but if this movie doesn't give us that step up in the third act, even the second act, to satisfy Darius, then it's a very valid criticism to say.
I think. Well, go ahead.
It's a very valid criticism to say what you're saying.
I think, bro, I'm even past for me. I've been doing this dance. I don't care what anybody says in the comments. Star Wars is my everything when it comes to films and sci-fi and everything like that. Like, it's my go-to. I will throw on Clone Wars or Episode 2 or anything that I like Star Wars all the time, background noise, or while I'm doing something, if I just want to watch. Star Wars is my shit. So I love Star Wars. I would like to think I know a lot about this franchise, about this IP, even extended universe and beyond. I am past even if he says Din or something like that in the second act or third act, and they cut to, because had they just let the little motherfucker go with Luke, do what he was supposed to do, grow, learn, become a Jedi, and then maybe take some what he learned as being a Jedi and what he learned from Din as a Mandalorian and combine the two, and it could have been dope. It could have been dope. But here we are, almost 10 years later, and he is still touching shit. He is still eating frogs. He is still goo goo gaga.
He needs to more grow and less goo goo.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's really annoying.
Maybe he's a toddler for 100 years. This is just post-traumatic stress, you know. And the adolescence of the species happens really quickly, right? He's going to go from, you know, the way that 10-year-olds are in our world to 20-year-olds. It takes 10 years. For this species, it happens in a week. Don't worry. And this movie takes place that week. Mandalorian and Grogu will win in box office. Well, what do we consider a win? I think I said 600 last time we streamed together.
I'm saying something around the five.
Yeah, five is probably right. I'm gonna go 600 though. I said it, so let me stick by it.
I just don't. Families aren't, for whatever reason. Go home, Roger. I don't know why Kevin's here, but he, said that families, and then said something about Black Panther. Said something about families are gonna go see Mandalorian and Grogu. Families aren't even talking about Star Wars. Like, they're just not. And I love Star Wars, but families are not talking about Star Wars. They're not. Like, I don't know I don't know anyone in the movie space that I've spoken to, even casual moviegoers. I don't know anyone saying, "Boy, golly, I can't wait for that Mando Grogu." I've not heard that. So when it comes to the adults talking about it, are kids even? I think we've had this conversation about Star Wars. Are kids even into Star Wars now?
If Bad Batch
is that even a thing?
Yeah.
Is that even a thing with like kids? Because I remember in elementary, being in 5th grade, counting down with my class and other classes and other kids. I had a huge Star Wars party in 5th grade. Like, it was huge. A lot of kids came, things like that. That was big. Like, we were counting down for Star Wars. Like, are kids even talk about Star Wars? I know kids don't talk about Star Wars. The reason I know kids don't talk about Star Wars, I'm going to go back to that the video of the two black guys, athletes. Don't know what video it was, with the white little boy, and they asked him what his favorite cartoon was. He didn't even know what a cartoon was. He said Kai Cenat. So, what are kids are on? Kids are streaming. Kids are watching Kai Cenat and I Show Speed and all these other guys. They're not watching. I just don't see it. Not to say kids aren't watching Star Wars. I'm not saying that completely. I'm just saying I don't think that it's the driving force in a child's conversation or in toy sales for children. Toy sales for Star Wars are more in adults, collectors, and that's not the way it used to be.
They got to take these kids' problems seriously, because I feel like there has been 10 years worth of not hitting with the kids. Like since Ahsoka Tano in Clone Wars, since like I don't think Star Wars Resistance was effective. I'm sure it picked up some kids fans. I'm sure Rebels picked up some kid fans too. But after Rebels, it's been 10 years of have they really been hitting? So they got to develop a strategy to work on people who got vertical phones and TikTok shorts and things like that. They got to work on a strategy, and that's
Like
on Dave Filoni and his co-president.
Here's an example. We have, it's either March or April. I can't remember which one. I think it's March, right? Mall Shadow Lords. How I'm going to rant and rave about it when we're live. I'm going to say it's phenomenal. I'm going to say I love it. I just, from what we've seen so far and what I know from the leaks and things that have come out that I've read about the series, I'm going to fall in love with yet another Clone Wars animated series, even though I didn't like Bad Batch except for that very first episode. The viewership is going to be abysmal for it. Watch.
Yeah, that's a good conclusion to come to. I see no reason why it's going to be fire. Nielsen will reveal. Let's do the super chat that just came in. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too high. And my band about that money. We got one coming from Andre Ware, $5. The same way they want to age up to child, they need to age up Grogu. Yeah. I'm not mad at aging up. I'm just mad at the child character.
Yeah.
The process of aging up somebody.
Toy sales. Imagine what those toy sales would be if you remember the pictures we showed of Grogu, the concept art, or not concept art. I think it was just something some people made of him, like different concepts of him older. One with the Mandalorian hat, but he had like, he was an older version of whatever species Yoda is. Remember when we showed that? If they did something like, imagine what that could be like, even not just the toy sales, even on screen, like Grogu walking through. We haven't seen Grogu since that season where he left with Luke. Then he walks through in the Grogu Mando movie, Jedi robes or something like that, with the armor of, man, they really dropped the ball. They really dropped the ball.
And now we're going to add AI to that mess. We're cooked, my friends. My nieces and nephews don't care about Star Wars at all.
I'm telling you, I'm just asking. I don't know. Do kids? I don't think they do. I just don't think kids are.
What do your nieces and nephews care about then? It probably is watching
about Marvel than they do Star Wars.
How has Marvel in the last 10 years touched maybe Earth's Mightiest Heroes, right? That was a cool cartoon they had.
Not just the cartoon. I mean, the cinematic universe captures a lot. I mean, these kids aren't looking at Marvel the way that we look at Marvel. Yeah. We're looking at it like, oh, what kind of story? These kids are looking at it like, oh, that was still cool. Now, did that show in the Thunderbolts or the Fantastic Four box office? No, but these kids also don't have vehicles and money. Their parents probably just like wait for it to come on.
Yeah. Plus
Go ahead.
The video game strategy is working better at Marvel than it is for Star Wars.
Only thing Star Wars has, and it was great, Jedi Survivor, and the first one was better than that second.
Fallen Order?
Yep.
Yeah, you got to get a focus group. You got to create some designs of characters, what's more appealing to a kid, and then you got to just go make a story after that.
Yeah, they could do some cool shit, man. But that's Star Wars for you.
I watch this kind of content every day, but my ads are about Tai Chi walking. I guess I don't know. Google's giving you other things because they know your other searches. I don't know. Yeah, that's bizarre. You shouldn't get that problem. Tubi, Cartoon Network, Tubi on March 1st. We'll get there. Noel Gonzalez, Mr. Alkebulan. You know, Alkebulan is the name of the continent before that dude. I think he was a Greek explorer named Africa. Before that, or Afrique, before that, it was called Alkebulan. What would have been a dream milestone game, guy, from a game mechanics standpoint? For example, I'd love a technique horror survival like THLOU2 Manhunt, The Last of Us Manhunt. I don't know enough about games. Sorry. I'm just gonna go to static though. That's the best milestone character there is. That would be such a good game. And I'm still waiting on James Gunn to reveal what video games he's talking about. Okay.
James Gunn doesn't even know.
Yeah, he doesn't. Even like Paradise Lost, I heard a report or a tweet saying that that's not going to happen anymore. So that little announcement he did on January of 2023, Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters, throw it out the window. None of that's really going to happen. Plans have changed. To answer Chill's question, anime primarily. That's what the nephews and nieces are watching. Marvel and DC somewhat. Well, how do you make Star Wars into anime? They're doing it with Visions. They're just doing it the wrong way because none of this is canon.
Yeah. Indeed.
Filoni's got respect for Japanese culture. Maybe he'll actually do it. He'll be like, the Visions program was to try to find the best studio, and now we did. We'll go to this place in Japan who gave you that story, and they're gonna do another Star Wars and canon. I think that's what he should do, just to save the embarrassment, which is Visions. Just save what we think of it. His reputation is really garbage with me. And if you can retroactively now, you can say, "Oh yeah, we were just testing to see who's better. We went to Europe, Korea, and now we know which studio. That's what we're doing. We were picking." You know what I mean? Heir to the Empire. Then I think we're fine on that. I think we're gonna get that developed in some way. It'll not turn out exactly the way that it did originally, but the version that Lucasfilm Disney will do, I'm satisfied with Filoni's vision on this.
I'm not. And they're talking about doing a season 2 of Skeleton Crew, which I can only imagine is supposed to feed into what he wants to do with the Heir to the Empire. Having all it be, having them a part of it. Yeah.
Well, allegedly Paramount might get WB, so they'll red pilled or they'll be red pilled or orange filled. Yeah, this Paramount acquisition was always going to happen. They were never going to let go. Like the occupation was never going to let go of a Hollywood studio. It wasn't going to Netflix. It was always going to go to Paramount. This is all performative. They really fought for it,
How did they? I thought that was a done deal. I thought they got that Netflix got that shit and it was over.
That's the point. That's what they wanted.
That's crazy.
I want a Tales of the Bounty Hunter show if we haven't already. You know what I want actually? The Tales of the Underworld that he worked on. George Lucas had a whole bunch of all of these screenwriters and stuff, and they didn't film anything yet, I don't believe, but they did. Mm-hmm. How many seasons did they film though?
Oh, I don't know how many. They did test stuff. Like you can look on YouTube and look at some of the stuff they did film.
So I heard him say, sorry, what were you saying?
No, go ahead.
I heard George Lucas say, I'm planning on filming and creating the whole thing. I don't need money. I'll create the whole thing, all 5 years of it. And then, which one of you TV channels want it, okay? You can't have your input. Hey, maybe we need to change this in season 3 because this character is really popular. We should change. No input will affect my storyline. I'm gonna just fill the whole thing. I don't need to wait for season 1 to do well so we can get greenlit for season 2. I'm a billionaire. I'm George Lucas. Boom, and I'm gonna create the whole thing. Who wants it? And I love that. No one is like that, but he had to go ahead and sell Lucasfilm. Stupid.
Yep.
I could never sell. If I created Lucasfilm, if I created Star Wars, Indiana Jones, yeah, I wouldn't sell.
Yeah, I wouldn't be there.
Did you saw Hulu Tell Me Lies? No.
No.
Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, Hudlin too loyal to DC. They can leave and work with AFDB and IDICE. What does that mean? Honestly, all the indies really don't need to beg American media companies anymore. Skeleton Crew, Thrawn, maybe? What's that timeline?
Oh yeah, that's what they're doing. It's all leading to Thrawn being back in the known universe from what we saw last. And so I don't really know how he's doing it, but it's their version of Heir to the Empire. I wish they just wouldn't even call it that. Call it something else.
What's the underworld of Coruscant called? That's what I was talking about.
I believe just the underworld.
Maybe they just recycled the name. Maybe they had like the trademark of it and they named their Disney Plus show after that. Unless they had a filter. The Underworld show does have an old TV show look. Like it doesn't look movie quality. Looks like it was filmed in Vancouver. Unless they add a filter to it that makes it look cinematic.
Yeah. It's the footage that they do have on there. It's but actually I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh, okay. So he says the AFDB and IDICE, they are the media conglomerate adjacent institutions that run the African landscape. Now I know.
Yeah, they have he's got like a 9-minute, there's a 9-minute video on here like that footage, and it looked like this would have been pretty cool, honestly. This is what a Star Wars. I don't know how hard is it to do this. Oh, no, it's so frustrating. Yeah, he filmed some stuff to make sure they did some shit. Yeah.
Let's touch on the most important thing we got to touch on today. Tubi randomly just decided to tell us that my cartoon era starts on March 1st. Okay, Tubi, you got Abbott and Costello cartoons, Addams Family. Let's just skip to the bottom, okay? You guys can pause and read everything here. Powerpuff Girls, Justice League, Ed and Eddie.
Go a little slower. Go back up to the seeds. Okay. Batman Beetlejuice, Vehicles, Scooby-Doo, Captain Caveman, Captain Planet,
Ben 10, which was by Dwayne McDuffie. That's cool.
Codename Kids Next Door is that shit.
Yeah, a lot of Cartoon Network's originals. Duck Dodgers is here. What's interesting is Justice League Unlimited will not debut right away. Maybe after Justice League has a good viewership, it'll debut. Mucha Lucha. Damn.
I remember Mucha Lucha.
All the Scooby-Doo you need. Smurfs too.
Put name Scooby-Doo. That's when they have all those kids ones. Put name Scooby-Doo, Flintstones kids. The Bugs are the Looney Tunes kids.
Lots of superhero. You're very covered when it comes to Super Friends. If you want something in the 80s, even like something from 2007, like The Batman, that was cool. Teen Titans.
Some great shows.
For sure. Shaolin Showdown. I got to see that one again. Now, the release strategy, though, is not what you would think. They're not all coming on the same day. There's going to be a March 1st. So Animaniacs, Powerpuff Girls, Teen Titans, The Batman, Ben 10, Pinky the Brain, Justice League. Before, like, these are the best shows that you have. You're just doing the best ones. We'll get to the other ones, but these are the ones that are going to perform the best. And Static Shock is not part of it. They're not part of the March 1st release. Is this a problem with you, Darius?
Not really. I mean, they're slowly putting them out. I don't know why they chose the order they chose, but I like some of the ones that they are putting out first, especially like I said, Codename Kids Next Door. And I was very upset when they took that off HBO, so I'll be watching that.
With all of these heavy hitters, Pinky and the Brain, some Batman, some The Mask animated, all of these shows are gonna take away screen time, watch time from the potential Static Shock. So what I am is glad that Static is not gonna release in the first wave. Let the Static Shock show come to an audience who have already watched all the Codename. I've already seen my Justice League fill. I've seen all the Batman. I've seen it all. I got enough superheroes out of my system to where finally a new superhero, Static Shock, I'm gonna tune in. So you see how like it's better that way. We're not gonna dilute the superhero fans with all these things to watch. Static Shock should wait, and when it does, bro, we're gonna go ham online. We're gonna do coverage of it. I would expect that what happens with Avatar, because Nickelodeon just gave it to Netflix, and whoa, it's the #1 most streamed show. This is crazy. This thing from 2005, really? What happened there can happen with Static. And Warner Brothers is going to say, oh, well, the watch data reveals that Virgil Hawkins is a very viable character. We're sitting on a gold mine here. This is good news. So don't be too upset. Oh, they're not giving us Static right away. Don't be too upset. This is going to draw people to Tubi. This is going to make regular Tubi viewers. And then with more Tubi users, Static will come. It's just better, honestly. I also didn't want the Black Panther movie that came in 2018 to come in 2012. What? Before the Avengers even? No, wait for the superhero market to be huge. Wait for everyone to be into what the brand is. And then you would give them the Black Panther, and it makes 1.3.
I agree with Cornelius. He actually took I wasn't going to say it like that. I was actually going to say, as much as I like Virgil and love Static, he's not Aang. He's not the Avatar. The Avatar is timeless. The Avatar has reached. I mean, this show, as Cornelius has said, has been here since the 90s. Avatar was early 2000s. I was in middle school when the Avatar came out. That wasn't that long ago. So it's like, and then you had people during COVID that rediscovered it because you had nothing else to do, or not rediscovered it, that discovered it and rediscovered it for the first time because they had nothing else to do. This going to Tubi, which is, yeah, Tubi is cool. People go to Tubi. It's not Netflix, though. Avatar went to Netflix during a pandemic. People are outside in the world doing things. Someone's going to Tubi to have a resurgence of Static Shock.
Yeah, I can agree with all the differences between Netflix and Tubi. The difference between a black-led TV show versus one that's not black-led. I understand that it won't be the same. It won't be exactly the same. But just the effect of high viewership resulting in Avatar Studios, we're getting more Aang. Like they're actually doing a live action version of Aang on Netflix now. I'm saying that an outcome can come, and that's a tongue twister. An outcome can come off of Static Shock performing well on TV, on Tubi. DC, Cohen, and Hudlin need more sponsorships. Yeah. I've got, there's a lot of things we can point at. Blue, what's up? Tubi does have over 100 million active, though, which isn't bad. It's just less than Netflix, though. 1/3 of Netflix.
Not bad, but I don't see. Again, as much as I love Static Shock will never be on the level that Aang is on culturally or wide known on that level.
I'm not disputing it. I'm not disputing that he'll be like Aang in the numbers. Yeah, of course there'll be a different scale of what happens, but if the Static Shock show performs better than some of these we see, like Dexter's Lab isn't, Dexter's Lab did fine when it came on March 1st, but on March 30, when we did Static Shock, it did 10 times the number, or it did 10 times.
That Static Shock will never be on the level of Aang, the Avatar, the Last Airbender. And if that's Cap, please elaborate. Please elaborate. I would love to know how the way it's running it now. Yeah, but if Static takes over, we're running with ifs here. Aang has done what you're saying. If Static is done. Static Shock has been around since the 90s. It has had the chance to do what you are suggesting it can do, and it hasn't. So I don't know why now it would have this resurgence of breaking into the African-American culture and then African-American people and sitting down nationwide with their families and loved ones during lunch and dinner and watching Static Shock. I don't see that happening. It didn't happen in the 90s. So why in 2026 would it happen now? Aang was introduced to the Nickelodeon viewers, 2003? And then had the huge resurgence that it had on Netflix during COVID. Avatar: The Last Airbender is timeless. And you're talking to somebody who loved Static Shock during the 90s.
2000 to 2004.
What?
Yeah.
What was 2000, 2004?
Static Shock. The show started in 2000. Minor detail, but the same thing. Yeah, when we were younger, right? And it's not timeless like Avatar because they got Yao Ming and Shaq on an episode.
Mike Johnny just said Static Shock was on HBO last year, and nobody watched it. HBO Max is the third leader in streaming behind Netflix and Disney.
It was taken off of HBO Max, but with the right push, with content creators like myself and possibly even more getting behind it, we can make it eventful. And don't give up on me. I'm gonna try to get a little community of people, TikTok, just multifaceted groups of people who are gonna cover Static the week that it is on Tubi, and maybe we'll go viral. One of us, if one of us goes viral, maybe it'll increase the viewership. We'll try. There's an effort here.
There you go. That's that. There you go. If they make new episodes, it could. It's possible. But then you run into the same problem. What audience are you captivating here? Is it the audience that grew up on Static? Are you trying to captivate a new audience? Because that's what Star Wars, which has been around so much longer, obviously, than Static Shock, has been trying to do with this younger generation and has been failing at doing. And why it's the plot for Toy Story 5. It is the literal plot for Toy Story 5. Streaming. They are not streaming. They have the internet. They have these other things that are occupying their time more than a TV show.
If you were
go ahead.
If you were 10 years old in year 2000 when the show came out, today you're a 36-year-old. You probably have a kid. And if you have a boy and you've learned that Static Shock because they don't have content, that's going to make people rewatch the show with their kids or just say, hey, yo, check out this. And they'll get a second wind of it. A lot of people will do that if we succeed. We, the content creators, succeed in elevating the Static Shock and making it culturally relevant again.
I'm so confused. He uses apples and oranges when comparing marketing companies. What? Okay, so I guess I'm too much of a realist. I guess I say this even with recast. I guess I say I'm too much of a realist. I look at things as how they are, and how it currently is is the show was on, like Johnny said, the third leading streaming platform for streaming, and it didn't get the numbers. So apples and oranges, call it what you want, half glass, half full, tomato. The numbers don't lie. Numbers, they'll never lie. So marketing company, whoever it is, wherever it is, I'm confused. This is so if you put it on Netflix, is it going to have you think the numbers would be like, how much bigger are we thinking the numbers would be from HBO to Netflix?
Well, out of sight, out of mind. I'm sure it was on HBO Max and wasn't being promoted. But if it's the first thing on the homepage of HBO Max, that will result in viewership. No one's thinking about Static Shock because they didn't have anyone talking about it. With a push, with some of the creators over at DC, with people thinking and uniting together on an effort, I can see it. And I remember when it was taken off HBO Max, seeing things on Twitter like, how could they do this? It's right before Black History Month. I want to watch Static Shock, and they pulled it. I remember that a year ago or 2 years ago when they did it. And I'm like, yeah, it's just not getting viewership. Like, it's not worth the broadband or whatever the word. It's not worth the amount of cost that it is to keep it on the streaming service, to keep it there. So they'll take it down. But when it does come back up with all of this, where is Static Shock energy, maybe it'll do numbers.
Yeah, they have to market the show. But again, I'm just like, okay, yeah, sure. I guess we'll never know because they're not going to market the show. So I guess you say that's not realism, but I'm looking at it in the now. And in the now, as we say, we don't have to say 90s. The show's been around since 2000. Yeah, you can blame the marketing, call it what you want. It still has not done that. It has, and what do you say for the Avatar then with Netflix? Did Netflix tell, hey, Avatar's coming to you? They didn't. They just dropped it on Netflix. And everyone started talking about it. So bro, come on, y'all. Come on, stop. But sure, marketing. If they market it better, maybe Static would be up there.
Once again, I'm with you on the scale of what Avatar was capable of doing versus what Static is capable of doing numbers-wise. But the idea that a show can be launched on Tubi and work the same way Avatar went to Netflix and worked.
Oh no,
I don't think that
at all. That's not what I'm saying. That's what it was coming off of. That's not what I'm saying. That's why I said if you were to put it on Netflix, what's the difference? What numbers does it do then?
Hashtag binge Static Shock. Hashtag binge Static Shock on Tubi. Like Cross on Prime. Static Shock Tubi. Yeah, just simple. Static Shock Tubi. That should be the hashtag. Cornelius, you can be part of the marketing strategy
that
too.
That is not what the Avatar, The Last Airbender did. It did not just market to the Asian community. What? The show dropped on Nickelodeon. With Slime Time Live. It didn't market to the Asian community.
Wait, no, the Airbenders, they're based off of a Chinese.
Yes, they may be based on that, but the show itself wasn't centrally marketed to the Asian community.
Right. It was general, just kids in general watch it on Netflix, on Nickelodeon type thing. Yeah. Avatar is a niche show. I would disagree with that one. I think it's pretty universal. They've got powers and they're kids. Like, how is that niche?
Yeah, Avatar I wouldn't say is a niche show. And the only reason I can say that is because I remember specifically during COVID posting about Avatar on Netflix and saying on Facebook and saying how it was timeless. And there were people that I would have never expected to watch Avatar were saying, oh yeah, my kid was watching or my daughter was watching, I've been watching with them. This is a really good show and things like that. So I don't know if I would say it's a niche show.
Most of Africa doesn't have internet access to watch, if all things equal, of course, dwarf Avatar. Most of Africa? Maybe in 2004 for Static Shock. Bring back Ben 10 properly. Yeah, Ben 10 is going to be part of this, the release strategy. Right there. Ben 10 from 2005.
What? Yeah, but it's Asian culture. The kids would gravitate. Brother, I grew up in Norman, Oklahoma. We were talking about it in classes in school, predominantly white schools. There was a couple of us in there, but it wasn't. So there were, and there were a couple of Asians, sure, I guess. but it wasn't like it wasn't marketed to an Asian community. That's not what it was. It was dropped on Nickelodeon during the same time as Slime Time Live, which was a very white show. Like this was a Nickelodeon. Like what are we talking about? It was on Nickelodeon. It dropped. It premiered on Nickelodeon. It didn't premiere in Asia, and then it was like, oh, we got some good numbers. Let's send it to America. They premiered it on Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon. Regardless of it having Asian aesthetics and culture and all that kind of stuff, it appealed to black, white, brown, yellow, green, whatever. Nickelodeon, which wasn't an Asian market.
Like how more black came to watch Black Panther than other Marvel properties? So more Asian kids watched Avatar than other Nickelodeon?
No, because it's not the same.
Most Africa doesn't have internet chill. He is right. Rocket Power is better than Avatar. I disagree, and I liked Rocket Power.
Love Rocket Power.
Most of Africa not having internet is a wild statement to type in big 2026. Just like DBZ or Sailor Moon mainstream. Yeah, and what was the telecommunications network in Africa 2008 when it came out, whenever it came out? None of us are experts in telecommunications in Africa here.
And I'm not in Africa. I can't speak for what was shown in Africa. I can tell you how it was over here in the States, how widely known it was over here. I can't speak for Africa. I don't know what they showed in Africa.
I know you can watch Ianu on Africa. I think it's called ITV Africa, I think it's called. You can go check it out there. Who's watching from the continent? I think it's time to move on. Haha. Yeah, I mean, the point is that Static Shock is coming to Tubi, and there is a roadblock, a blueprint of how a show can come on streaming and be a big hit. That's what I want to gather from this. Rain, Collector's Rain. You've got a YouTube presence. You've got a social media presence. If you want to be part of the cabal of content creators who are going to go ham when Static Shock... It's Cornelius. If you want to be part of the content creator cabal, let me know. I'll add you on the group chat. Same with Blue and CJ and everyone else who makes content. I'm really going to try on the day that it comes and premieres to just do like this. Oh, which villain was the worst? And from Static, which, who had the best cameo crossover? Who had the, I'll find it. And I could probably find the episodes of Static Shock right now on a pirating website and just prep all of my little content. Maybe I'll do like 5 shorts, and then maybe on that week I'll do a live stream of the first episode.
No, Lawrence,
but I'll try.
Do not misconstrue Chill's words. There is no true cabal. I don't want that getting started again. There is no true cabal. We don't have a message. There's no group message with all of us where we sit and chat about things. There's nothing like that. It doesn't exist. I have a group message with Chill and Marcus. That's it. And it's for Pantheon. We're talking it on Thursdays.
Yeah, I meant a brainstorm to group chat, to brainstorm a strategy to help with Static Shock. That's what I meant. Nothing more, nothing less. Thank you, Darius.
Look at Jordan, that blue starting shit. I don't know. I still want to do that whole stream thing with all of us. Cornelius could join in there too. He has a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. They're getting at you for Discord. I think I'm gonna delete my Discord. I just saw something about the information they're gonna rob from us at the beginning of March, and we've got 7 days left to delete all your information, or else they're gonna own it. I think I'm done with Discord.
Wait, Discord's gonna own our information?
Yeah, one of the companies that are like parent companies, I forget which one, is gonna own Discord now, and it's gonna be a problem because the new terms and services are too invasive. Illuminati is real.
Yeah. Stamina's right. I have not been on Discord, and I don't think since my first house that you all met me in. I'm three houses in on our relationship. So I don't think so.
We're Canadian. We're fine until USA invades. Heck, Google owns YouTube. They know 90% about you. Chill. All social media has your info. Yeah, you're kind of right. You're kind of right.
Yeah. What else did we have?
After Static, we did the Knights of the Seven Kingdoms thing, right?
No, that is not a flex perp at all. I would still be in my first house if my landlord, she got sick and she sold, so I couldn't stay. I wanted to. I tried to even buy it. I was thinking, put it on the table. Buying it was on the table, but I don't want all the responsibility that comes with owning a home. I just don't. I'm not financially in that place. And then the house I was forcefully moved to for that year in Oklahoma City. I hated that. Hated. This house I'm in, I'm going nowhere for a long time. I'm going nowhere for a long time. I'll be here for a while.
There's something on the Knights of the Seven Kingdoms that I didn't really talk about. That the episode 5 currently has a 9.9 out of 10 score on IMDb, the highest Game of Thrones franchise. Game of Thrones season 3 episode 9 was a 9.9, and Knight of the Seven Kingdoms episode 5 is 9.9.
They showed a preview for next week. Did you? I think I sent that.
No, I haven't seen it. And does it look good?
It does look good. It does look good. I just don't know. Is it 30 minutes? That's really what all the episodes have been. I mean, they do that. Last night's was 41 minutes, but you got to factor in the credits and all that stuff because it's like 5 minutes worth of credits. So it was still about 35 minutes, 5 more minutes than normal.
So let's move forward. Let's talk Marvel. It's finally time. Our favorite franchise, a black superhero, not Black Panther, but Blade. Here's the latest. This is Mia Goth talking. She says, I don't know what's going on.
I think this is old. When I looked at this was from the last thing she said. And they shared it here. I don't know why they reshared this as if this was groundbreaking news. She said this back in December, I thought. I had to look it up. But as I was reading the quote, I looked at it. I was like, wait a minute, she repeated this? And I looked it up.
So this was her on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast with Josh Horowitz. I don't think I know what's I don't know what's going on. I think that they want to make it, and it's such an important film for them that they're taking their time. We did a chemistry test between Mahershala and I. We did a costume fitting. Then it just unraveled from there, unfortunately.
The not concept art, the I don't know if it's AI or whatever it is, of her as oh God, who was she playing? Why am I blanking? Who was she playing? She was supposed to be chat's gonna beat me to it. She was supposed to be Lilith. She was supposed to be playing Lilith. And the AI images of her of Lilith are dope.
AI images? Because that's all we have from Blade, AI images?
That's it. The AI images of her of Lilith are dope.
Castlevania is the only vampire content I need. I'm good off everything else. Screenwriters couldn't come through with the promises to Ali. Well, that's like 7 people that you're talking about, which is crazy. I think if they wanted to make it, they would have. They didn't. It's just, it is what it is, man. After Secret Wars, who knows what the state of the universe will be? It could be a world where vampires exist on Earth now. and they could easily do the Blade movie. But I believe every source and report telling us Midnight Suns is the plan. Blade will be a supporting cast member in an ensemble, not the leading man, not getting all the praise for when it succeeds and not getting all the screen time, not being in the middle of the posters in Hong Kong and the posters in Paris and like a blackface leading the charge. No, they're not going to do that. That's not their strategy. I don't care anymore. If they already played a character in MCU, that's the character they played. Yeah, sure. Mahershala in Cottonmouth, but that wasn't considered MCU, so I don't count it. Castlevania was good. I only watched the first 2 seasons. They can move on to the X-Men, to be honest.
They really can. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. I think I'm more ready for that than I am even Doomset and Secret Wars. I'm ready to see X-Men stories. They have the coolest powers in Marvel. Got some of the coolest characters in Marvel over there. I love the X-Men, so yeah. I'm ready.
One X-Men movie a year. One every year.
Eesh.
It's a lot of characters.
I say do we have to simply focus on Charles and that group? Can we not do two, a movie where you got that group and a movie where we got another group of mutants?
Yeah, the X-Force, they'll do some of the Black Ops, some of the heavy killing and more violent stuff than the X-Men with Charles, my gifted youngster is the dream, a student here and there. Yeah, and even a TV show taking place at the school. I'd have 3 X-Men's going on, and every year a new season of the TV show, every year either an X-Men or an X-Force. That's how I do it.
Yeah, I'm ready for the X-Men.
And then you have your Thor, your Doctor Strange.
You want Sadie as Jean if she's Jean?
She's Jean.
You think so?
23-year-old Jean Grey. She signed for 3 movies, right? She's not playing nobody. She's 23 years old. She'll probably be 25 when they film X-Men. And then by the time she's finished and wrapped up, she'll be in her 40s.
Man, that's just she just looks so young. So we'll see. I wonder about the rest of the cast. I don't know. I'm so curious on what group who's going to be there. We keep hearing the rumors that they're going younger. I don't know. So I wonder.
Where's T'Challa at in all this? No, stop. Black characters. Oh, Alpha Flight, something like that would be nice, right?
I wouldn't mind Alpha Flight, but you got to do. I don't want to. If you're going to do Alpha Flight, don't slowly introduce all the fucking members. I mean, have them just be Alpha Flight already.
Yeah, right. Give one member on the X-Men movie, just have him referenced or a cameo here. He was at the mansion sipping on tea while Storm is fighting Jean over, some policy. And then
the rumor was that's where X-Men. That's where Wolverine was. Wolverine is not supposed to be starting with the X-Men. He's starting with Alpha Flight in the MCU.
Yeah, that you could sell Alpha Flight knowing Wolverine is in the group. Yeah, that'd be cool. So there you go. Forget what I said about X-Force, or alternate between X-Force and Alpha Flight. The X-Men is a very vast brand, so I do that. And then your regular Marvel heroes like Captain Marvel and the Hulk and Spider-Man and all them, they'll have their movies happening too throughout the years.
Agreed.
That's what I do. And Black Panther, but they wouldn't do Black Panther because the first part of that term. Alpha Flight was a Weapon X with a Weapon X cameo, and then Hulk vs. Wolverine. Don't ask for too much.
I just picked up Sasquatch the other day. Actually, I'm trying to. Marvel Legends is doing some new Alpha Flight figures. So we're updating the team and giving some members we haven't had. So I picked up Sasquatch because I was like, well, who knows when I'm going to see him again.
Hey, Chill, long time no talk. MBW guy here. I remember you. I streamed with you a couple times. Peace, bro. I don't think Wolverine should be flirting with Jean if it's Sadie Sink. She's like 16 years old. Yeah, but she's not 16 years old, but Wolverine will probably also be young. Or you know what? No. I don't think I want this because we've already seen it. We already had movies cover the love triangle. So
Yeah, but I think the
do
love
other.
triangle is pretty quintessential, isn't it?
I think you can do stories of just Wolverine and Cyclops acting like Wolverine and Cyclops without the love triangle.
Yeah, but like if Jean is there, is just what you're just erasing his love for Jean?
Yeah.
No. So make some of the decision making great when it comes to the three of them, and no.
It doesn't got to be a key part of the plot. It could be Logan looking at her once the Alpha Flights meet the X-Men. He just looks at her for a little longer than Scott likes, and he'll be like, "Huh?" Something like that. There, we the love triangle. It's canon.
Jill, no. If this was a writer's table and we were both sitting there, I would have told them tomatoes. Now we are not getting rid of the love triangle. Doesn't have to be central. Doesn't have to be overbearing. But we're not getting rid of it.
It doesn't have to be central. Okay, that's what I just said.
No, it's not. You said get rid of it.
And then I said it can be there. It could be where he meets her and he looks at her a little longer than he needs to be looking at her, and Scott just kind of walks in the path of Logan and Jean, and now his head is in front and you can't look at Jean anymore because I'm standing in your way. Something subtle like that, but I don't need it to be taken. Like, I've seen this in the movie before, and I don't want just to repeat things. I also don't want repeat villains. I want things to be fresh, and you can do Logan without Jean Grey and Scott and all that. I can do it without.
Yeah, you can do Logan without it. We've seen Logan without it. But I just feel like if she's there, and I'm saying it doesn't have to be a big, oh, damn, Jean, I love you. Oh, I'm going with Jean when we split up because I love her. No, it doesn't have to be all that. It's there.
I take it in a good comedic moment here and there. Unfortunately, that's unlikely. I'd love him versus Hulk. The rumors of who's going to be cast doesn't ring great to me either, Perp. But you combine the two. You have Alpha Flight in the Hulk versus Wolverine movie. Yeah, just combine the two. Simple as that. Have a scene where Hulk fights Wolverine. We'd start the movie that way. Oh, let's see. So this rumor is that Hugh Jackman's Old Man Logan that we saw in Deadpool and Wolverine with the shotgun. Hugh Jackman isn't Old Man Logan from the Logan movie, no. Or the Deadpool and Wolverine. Or he's the one from Deadpool Wolverine, yeah. Chill, what's going down with Blurred and Comics Explained? Ask Blurred and Comics Explained, but I don't want to add gas to the fire. The younger Wolverine will be the MCU universe, but Hugh will be the Old Man Logan. They need to think about how to properly cast these roles. We don't need Epstein Island X-Men. You're aware of the Krakoa criticisms?
I am.
I hope they don't do a Krakoa and stuff right away. Not like this, no.
Well, Feige doesn't like Krakoa.
Good. I hope he likes something from the 90s or the aughts. Do stories from that era, because we haven't touched on a lot of those in a movie. Jay Namikaze says X-Men Evolution has the best version of Wolverine because he wasn't trying to fiend for Jean, and we didn't have to deal with the stupid love triangle. Seriously, Logan get your own women. X-Men Evolution.
Flirting with Storm in Evolution.
She was older, yeah. We had one season of Wolverine and the X-Men, which was cool. Jean wasn't in it. Yeah. You think Wolverine Storm baby daddy to her new daughter? It's not canon, man. This daughter's not canon.
They said they don't know. They said they don't know if it's T'Challa's or if it's Wolverines, or did they say Wolverines, or did they say another mutant or something? I don't remember what they said, but they don't know. Is it T'Challa's? Who knows?
I know so much about this. Giant Size X-Men, which was that silent issue where Jean Grey and Storm were in it. Jonathan Hickman wrote it, and the reason why it's a silent issue is because all of the plot was talking about Storm's pregnancy and how they've got to psychically save her and they've got to like do all this stuff without speaking. It was so bizarre. But basically, Storm was pregnant with T'Challa's kid, and then Jonathan Hickman was told, no, you can't do that. Cancel. No. And he's just like, fine, it's just a silent issue. There's no words in this comic book. They don't want, at least in 2020, they don't want Storm to have a kid with T'Challa. This new kid that they just invented, who looks like 8 years old, she debuted in a comic for Furna. She debuted in a comic last year. She's in issue 4 coming up, and I think that's just to increase sales to save the comic book, which was always a limited series, from cancellation. I find it all pathetic and lame, but a strategy to work to get sales, to introduce new characters. That's all it is. So I'm not gonna put thought into a brand new character like Storm's daughter, because they'll probably undo it or explain it as it's a dream or it doesn't really exist. They're not going to forward these characters by giving them kids.
That's funny. Marvel.
You know what's interesting? That we talked about the Blade part of this for so short, and we went straight to the characters that we care about, the X-Men.
Forgot that's who we were even talking about.
And that's what this segment was.
Forgot that's who we was even talking about.
Somebody called Tamori Povich. T'Challa ain't the daddy. Nope.
That's the pappy.
Storm just got all kind of DNA swimming in her, huh? Hey man, I'm still gonna pick up the comic. I'll buy the issue 4. I'll read it, and I'll probably won't care.
Real quick, very off topic. Have you seen Avatar 3?
No, did you?
Recently, I saw it this past weekend. I don't. If there's 3 more of those, he better come up with something different. I enjoyed myself. It was visually fantastic. It was fine. I'm not going to say the story was groundbreaking or broke any new ground in the story, because it definitely didn't. All we did was introduce the new fire people. It was the exact same thing from 1 and 2, but now with people that are the exact same as the other avatars, they just paint themselves differently, and or I won't say paint themselves differently. They put paint on themselves and have some connection to fire. Other than that, it was the same. So I'm saying, he said there's 6 of these. James, I don't know that you got 6 of these in you, bud, because it's got to change, right? You can't do that story 3 more times and expect to get over a bill each time. And if he does, then he's not the greatest director. He's the greatest scam artist of all time if he does that, because that's it. We've paid for the 3 of the same movie. And I'm not saying I didn't enjoy myself. I did. It was good. The action was okay. It was fine. The acting was great. There were issues. I had, like, the girl, the fire girl they introduced in Natiri, Zaldana's character. She was whooping Zaldana's character's ass the whole movie. So at the end, I was thinking, okay, Natiri, and she didn't. And I'm like, oh, damn, that was anticlimactic. I was like, I really wanted her to get her. But she didn't. But she's still alive. So if he's doing this 3 more times, I mean, she still has time. But I don't know.
Someone said
he's
9, and then
there's
Stamina
no
says
way
5.
He can't. There's no way he can't do this 9. He can't do this. So if he did this 9, he can't do this 6 more times. He can't.
Mm-hmm.
It's not possible. It's just not unless there's. I don't know, where do we even go? Because that's what I asked at the end of this movie. It didn't leave you off with like, oh, here's what's. Where do we go from here? Like, what happens? Like, they bring more machines? More sky people come? They hunt the whales again and go after a new tribe or something, looking for Ma Jake? You know, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because it's the same story, just a different tribe.
They're not done oppressing the people of the planet, and they will continue. That's a lesson to learn. Damn, there's 9 movies, and they're still trying to kill the people who are indigenous to the land. Yes, they are. Good job, James Cameron.
But he said that one of them is going to end up on Earth. Like, they're about to be, one of the movies is going to take place on Earth.
That's a spoiler, though. Damn. Oh, and that'll be the cheap one. That'll be like, the budget isn't there. Let's have some human characters now.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't even know where we go from this last one. They ended. I mean, the little Colonel guy is not dead because he's going to be the central villain of every movie, I feel like. But it's like, the way it ends, though, I guess he's seemingly dead. He's not. They are all okay. No, none of their kids died. There were some deaths from the other tribes and other things like that, you know, blah, blah, blah. But where do we go from here? It ended happy. Jake he got arrested, but he got away. Neytiri got away from the fire girl and the colonel. They got their kids, and they ended with them connecting back to Iowa or whatever, and all smiling in the dream world or the ancestral world, having happy memories. So I'm like, oh, okay, so it ended happy. So is this it? Because what's next? The Sky People are back. Somehow the Sky People returned. I don't know, man. It's a good movie, though. Just don't know that you got another $2 billion in you to bamboozle a lot of people. Just don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. That the Avatar Fire and Ash movie did gross $1.46 billion, and it's still making money as we speak. If we go to just yesterday, on President's Day on Monday, well, that's today, isn't it? It's expected to gross $472,000. That's $500,000 on a Monday domestically.
I contributed to that Saturday mark.
Yeah. You were one of the 1.8 million.
I was one of the 1.8. Zootopia has already passed, hasn't it? Zootopia has made $2 billion, has it not?
I think
it's the highest grossing animated film of all time now, is it not?
Let's just go to the all time. Let's go. Where's Zootopia at? Did I skip it? Oh, I'm looking at domestic. Hold up. This is just domestic worldwide. Because, Chinese love Zootopia. Here it is. 1.8.
Okay. Sorry, I thought it had already.
What a monster number. The international audience with 77,000. And where's China at? Come on, China. Where you at? That juggernaut. It grows 638 million from China. When does a movie make more in China than domestically? That never happens. From a Hollywood movie.
Haven't seen Zootopia.
It's not on Disney Plus yet, no?
Still in theaters.
Yo, I was covering the part of the screen that showed what I was showing. So back down here, China, 638 million. Yeah, man. Monster number.
That was a monster number.
Year of the horse this year, so expect a Chinese marketed movie with horses in it coming out of Hollywood. They'll be like, oh, it worked because the year of the snake is why they all like Zootopia. Yes, you did. You were the one who told me, Lawrence. There you go. I was very doubtful.
First Zootopia film did numbers. Zootopia, the first one was great. So I have not seen the second one, so I don't know. But people say it's great.
He said China loves movie, don't have black people. Year of the Stallion, huh? Oh, Meg? Yeah, she better do something over there to up her numbers. Find out the word for horse in Mandarin or stallion in Mandarin. Yeah. That is the static. That is the Avatar talk. Next, I gotta bring it back to static. I'm too fly. Are the static sales available yet? How did it do? No. We don't know sales data at all, actually. We don't even have the estimates coming out of the distributor, which used to be Diamond. We stopped getting that in 2020. What we do have is a collection of 100 plus comic book stores who are part of a organization, a data collecting, who will say, hey, what was your hottest selling comic book? What was your middle selling comic book? And they'll rank them. So in a month from now, or 2 months from now, because it comes out in February 25, we will go to Comic Hub and they will tell us if the Dakota Incident New DC Universe history, if that book sold in the top 200s. Then we'll cross-reference whatever it's ranked to back in the Diamond days. Well, what did it mean when you were the 130th hottest selling comic? Well, that means you only sold this many units. What does it mean if you're the 40th hottest selling comic book? Well, that means you're in the range of selling 30,000 units. Like we'll discover it that way. We don't necessarily know the sales data, but we also have estimates that are roughly close enough to understand what the sales are, and we know what cancellation is, and we know what being successful is. Now, Joe Illidge, who's writing a story in that DC New Universe Dakota Incident, Joe Illidge says we have to get 100,000 sales, which is some astronomical, not going to happen number. But he's still saying, let's do it. And he's trying to encourage people to pick up the book so that we can force a second printing and make more sales of it. And once we force that second printing and we can provide data to DC, you see, Static is selling. He's worth it. They will give a Static Shock ongoing series. That's the goal. That's the plan. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. No, the sales are not available yet. I messaged him. They don't market it to get that 100K. I know, yeah, it's very aspirational. Even 50K would be aspirational. Pretty sure that the last year's comic book of Black History Month, DC Power, didn't do well because nothing came of it.
Mister, I don't want to butcher your last part of your other name. You might have some a bias towards Static. How is it? You said bigger than Pokemon? And I don't even know. I'm not a Pokemon head. I just know the monster that Pokemon is.
So it was getting more viewership than Pokemon was getting on Kids WB in 2004. Is that what you mean? He may not be off on that one. I heard Phil Lamar say that too. Saying that it was as big. It got the 10 o'clock time slot, the 10 and the 10:30. That's what Pokemon and Static Shock were. The 10 a.m. time slot.
Are you talking about on WB? I thought he was talking about as a whole. I was going to say,
I recall Phil Lamar saying that the show was doing Pokemon numbers. Either he said it was
on WB. I don't know about that, but I thought he was talking about, again, just all as a whole. And say I just saw the news thing where people broke into some store where they sell Pokemon cards and scammed them out of thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards. How people are taking these Pokemon cards seriously. I saw another TikTok of this guy. The minute that they were put on the shelf, he filled his entire basket up to where the other people were causing this big riot. He can't do that. And the Walmart people were like, well, they're in his basket, so technically he can purchase it. And they're like, no. And all this kind of stuff. Like, they take those Pokemon shit seriously. I'd be walking behind somebody and they're playing that damn Pokemon Go game. just trying to catch the fucking Pokemon, twirling their finger on the phone and shit. Yeah, I'm like, Pokemon is it's a monster, and that's also if you're in terms of popularity, of course. In terms of the show, what you like, that's an opinion. But in terms of popularity, yes, Pokemon is again a monster. A monster. People camp. I'm new to this Pokemon card shit. I don't collect it. I don't give a fuck about it. They camp out like they're Jordans. And I think that camping out for Jordans is crazy. But they camp out for the shits like it's, and I'm like, so what do you do with them? Because it's like, I collect figures. I can set them up. I can view them, pose them. With cards, and I know that there are sports cards, all types of card collectors, Magic of the Gathering, all that shit. Like, what do? You just keep them in a book and you put the book somewhere, and then when people want to see them, you bring them out? Or is it on display somewhere? Or like, what are you doing with these thousands of cards that some of them are worth billions of dollars?
Blue just told me it's horrible estimations. Chill. Do you equate for time and economics, inflation and whatnot? Yeah, even the market, maybe the 100th highest selling comic book is way better now than it used to be in 2020. Yeah, you're right. It's not accurate. It's the best you got. It gives you a general picture, though. You can like measure what was the, like, for example, Storm issue 12. It was the 118th highest rank selling comic book, and it got canceled. So cancellation is 118 in that neighborhood. You can do things like that. It's not perfect though. There are not 100% facts with this. You don't nothing with them, he said. What does that mean?
Oh, that's what he was saying about the cards. So you do nothing with them. I didn't think so. I mean,
they don't flip. They don't speak. No. Static Shock didn't last due to merch sales. It was like second to Pokemon Fam from what I recall, McDuffie said. Remember the issue when they had them at McDonald's and people were acting up?
I'm telling you, they act. I just said the other day, they're going to come up with some type of system where they can track these cards now or something. Because if you steal them, because if you go in and you steal one of these ones that's like worth, I don't know, I guess it's like packs that are worth a certain amount, like thousands of dollars. And I guess if you go in and you steal that, and you're just gone, and you can just resell that at a much higher price, obviously. Yeah. So I'm just wondering, like, what are they're gonna come up with something where they're tracking these motherfuckers. They're gonna put like a chip in these bitches or something.
Nope, they don't want the responsibility. It's the reason why companies. Well, never mind. Sorry to sidetrack.
I would love to get him into Chill into collecting. Chill, you should get into collecting. It's a great time.
All your idol worship, huh? Is that what I should get into?
It's a great time. I love my figures.
People were throwing Happy Meals away, not eating the food. Yeah, there's not like a homeless dude outside you can just give your meal to and take your toy and be happy. Come on. Mr. Al-Kebulon says, yeah, they couldn't get a merch deal secured because anti-black culture. Yeah, we all agree there. Scalpers ruin hobbies. Chill was about to open Pandora's box there. Yeah, I just don't want to talk about a sidetrack that we don't need to be on tracking to the side of. We need to be talking about the thumbnail. And you got to explain why this is on the thumbnail here. That AI is taking over. What's this about here?
Yeah, what is it? Sea Dance 2.0. The stuff that they are doing on there, it's not perfect. Obviously, some of the stuff you can still tell it's very much AI. But I'm just saying, if you look at what that stuff looks like now, what they're doing with that. So, I mean, what Disney has sent out a cease and desist saying stop using our fucking characters to create better stuff than we are. Uh-huh. So, yeah, it's crazy. Some of these videos I've been seeing just this week, started this weekend, I want to say, seeing all the videos of people making different was it C Dance again? C Dance 2.0 stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. They've got so many different things up. I watched a 5-minute one yesterday of Emperor Palpatine. It was 5 minutes of Emperor Palpatine, and it was so, I mean, no glitches, nothing looked like, it was so smooth. And it was of Emperor Palpatine, but it was a comedy thing. It was like him, and like, it's like you had Darth Talon singing on the stage, you had Jar Jar on the drums, you had Ahsoka, and it was this like song narrating his life after taking over the galaxy. He's like, he's bored, he's this and that, he's a smooth imperator. It's like smooth operator, but smooth imperator over it. It was like it was shit was funny, but it was just how good it looked. I was like, holy fuck, this looks so good. So it's like, yeah, bro, if they continue this shit. I mean, I don't really know how much you can do, though, if Disney's sending cease and desist and shit. They can sue you.
I want Disney and the corporations to send these cease and desist. It's a necessary evil so that they can say, Disney and them and the powerfuls can say, it's wrong to use artificial intelligence. Yeah, it is, isn't it, Disney? Isn't it? All right, now let's have some structure around some of this AI stuff, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
ByteDance to curb AI video app after Disney's legal threat. Chinese technology giant ByteDance has pledged to curb a controversial artificial intelligence video making tool following threats of legal action from Disney and complaints from other entertainment giants. In the last few days, videos using the latest version of the app Dance have proliferated online. How cool is it that we lost TikTok? TikTok is gone. Stupid. It's out. They sold their TikTok. It's cool. Dance. That's what we're gonna use to get the kids. We're gonna make them use the AI. Like, it's so nice to know that ByteDance isn't dead. They're not a one-trick pony. Even though I'm against this AI stuff, I'm just happy that maybe the kids will be off of TikTok too to be doing this and whatever the next app is. Right. That's all. On Friday, Disney sent a cease desist letter to ByteDance accusing it of supplying Dance with a pirated library of the studio's copyrighted characters, including those from Marvel and Star Wars. Disney lawyers accused ByteDance of committing a virtual smash and grab of their intellectual property. On Monday, ByteDance told the BBC that the company respects intellectual property rights, and we have heard the concerns regarding Dance 2.0. We're taking the steps to strengthen current safeguards as we work to prevent the unauthorized use of intellectual property and likenesses by users. Can I tell you to read between the words? They're talking about using things that are unauthorized. They're not. There are no laws in place right now for AI, and so they're not doing anything that's unauthorized yet. And I hope that this does create laws for what is authorized, who is allowed. Does the creator also inherently own the rights for artificial intelligence and being used in a different app like Dance? That's what I want to come out of this. That you can't automatically assume just because we don't have laws yet for this AI stuff. You can't automatically, I want there to be laws for this AI stuff, and that's what we'll get from this. This is a win.
I agree. But I also think to myself, like I said on my stream individually I did last week, I showed the Star Wars AI people. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know who they are exactly, but they're doing this loop story right now, and it's good. It's good. They've done 2 parts so far. It looks fantastic. And I'm just like, okay, well, I understand. Yes, obviously legally, that's Star Wars. Star Wars is owned by Disney, and you can't just take something that someone owns and use their stuff if they don't want you to do that.
Makes sense.
Example, my mother she does crafts, and she, like, you know how we're in space, like, you know how I know things about the action figure collecting. There's that world, and there's the comic book movie world that we're in. Well, my mom is in this crafting world. She's very, very, very good at what she does. She's like a spare hobby thing she does. She's very good. Like, she can make just about anything. And somebody stole her designs and was pawning it off as one of theirs and trying to sell it as one of theirs. And obviously, so my mom had to go through it. It was a whole big deal that she was going back and forth with so many different people. But Yeah, so I get it. I understand not wanting somebody to use your shit. But in the case of Disney, when Star Wars, and I agree, I still stand on what I just said. But some of these things that some of these people are doing is so much better than the things that they have been giving in the past. I don't know, 4 to 5 years, or since owning the property in 2015. It's a lot of it's just better. It looks good, and I just if they can take some of this stuff and do with it what you are not willing to do. Again, I'm not saying that makes it right. I'm just saying sucks.
If we look at what Disney did last year, they struck $1 billion deal with the maker of ChatGPT and video generation tool Sora, OpenAI, giving the platforms access to 200 characters from its franchise, including Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars. So basically, they're saying it's cool, just do it on OpenAI's network, do it on Sora, but you can't do it when you're what was ByteDance's thing called? Seed Dance 2.0.
That's the one that's going around right now. That's just crazy. Do you see the one that had like Optimus Prime, Poe from Kung Fu Panda, Pikachu, Iron Man, Cat had like all these different properties, Godzilla, all of them fighting in New York, bro. That was cool though. I was like, man, you know how just cool this is. This is pretty cool. So yeah, I liked it. I like it. I'm not gonna sit here and say I dislike the shit that I'm seeing from C-Dance, but I get it from a company standpoint. Stop using our shit.
Yeah, I'm with the creators or even the owners. Even if you didn't create it, if you obtained it, you deserve the right to say what can and cannot be done with my character. With exception, of course, don't tell me I can't use Thanos on my thumbnail. And don't tell me I can't cover your show if it's transformative and I'm reviewing it. But yeah,
But
with exception.
If this shit wasn't good, for example, you remember remember that dude that took the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, turned it into a movie, and took out all the stupid shit and made it so much better? It still wasn't great, but it was he had what he had to work with, and he made it so much better. I remember when the Inquisitors killed that Jedi, and they hung him or whatever in the town for people to see and scare the people in the town, all that kind of stuff. He like not necessarily had to do this. I didn't necessarily have to have this in either version, but whatever. He showed like them cutting his head off and then like them hanging him and showing the body. Like it was he cut out the stupid fucking desert chase scene where Vader's chasing Obi-Wan through the desert. It's great. His was so much better. They struck that shit so fast. But if it would have been dog shit, they'd have been like, oh well, who cares? But it was better than the product that they put out. It was so good. John Campia talked about it. He was like,
it was so good. John Campia talked about it, huh?
Hey, bro, John's big in this space, regardless of what anybody likes to think. John is big in this space. He's big in this damn space, and he holds weight. His name holds weight. So I give credit where credit is due. He even said, this was better than the show.
I need to watch that supercut. It's probably on another one of the websites that are not YouTube or not, one of the unknown ones that are less policed. I'll probably find it and watch it because if I can enjoy Kenobi, maybe I will watch it. Maybe I'll consider that one the canon one, right? Disney about to sue them all. They want people to make AI stuff on Disney Plus so they can use it. Yeah. Whoa, I can't make my AI graphics with my headshot on top of Marvel characters anymore. John Clout P.
Yeah, I like John. He says
like John
some off-the-wall shit sometimes, but I like John.
One Punch Man season 3 is just bad, man. Okay, thank you for that input. Where did that come from?
He's probably watching it.
Okay. Last one to talk about today after we go home is the NBA, the National Basketball Association. Not any of the controversial stuff, like I just want to talk about the sports. You got to keep the politics out of sports, as they say. You know what I'm referring to right now?
I'm not. I don't. What's been controversial?
Oh,
in the
like
NBA currently?
Yeah, lately the big guys, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, have took like a pro-Israeli actions and stances and words, and it's like, ugh. But then there's
Wait,
Kyrie
what?
Irving, and there's Spike Lee, and Jalen Brown, and others who are not with that. And then they got an all-star who plays for Portland right now, who had the Israeli flag on his back, and there's a whole lot of that going on. What'd you say?
What did Steph say about it?
He invests in a weapons company that, like a technology company that is providing. He's responsible with his investments for the genocide happening. So he needs to pull out or divest or be informed, or someone needs to shake this guy and say, stop putting money into these Israeli companies. Like you can't associate with that. You can say you didn't know any better and it's just my tech guy. I got a friend, or I got a lawyer, or I got someone who told me this would be a good investment. Fine, but like you got to divest.
But you know what? I think, and again, I'm riding with the Warriors until Steph is done, which is painful. It's painful to do, but I don't know why they're celebrating this. I'm damn. Why am I blanking on his name?
Draymond?
No, needed to be gone in 2016, but that's not what I'm talking about. Celebrating the new post. Why am I blanking on Porzingis? They're celebrating that shit the way they celebrated Jimmy, as if Jimmy was supposed to come in and make a difference. It's painful. It's a painful ride, but hey, I'm here with Steph. But my focus has shifted tremendously to Wemby and being a fan of his in San Antonio, which is not hard to be a San Antonio fan. Well, actually, it kind of is, because when I was a Lakers fan when Kobe was in the league, San Antonio was definitely a foe. They were a foe for sure.
You know, there's a team a 30-minute drive away who just won the title last year?
Listen, I don't dislike Oklahoma City. I have a thing with Oklahoma City to where I wasn't a fan during I was a Steph fan even when OKC was good. When they had the Warriors down 4-1, I was a fan during that. I was still a Steph fan during that time. So I remember going back and forth with a lot of Thunder fans and some of the things I said about the Thunder. And I remember when we came back from that 3-1 or 4-1 and beat the hell out of them and went on to win that series and went on to win the fucking championship that year. But that's neither here nor there. But I have a thing with the Thunder fans and the Thunder. It's like I like them. And I know it's not the same team. It's a completely different team than was there, even different coach and everything. But I just don't. It's hard. I cheer for them. I like them. I want them to do good. They're bringing a lot of success and attention to the city, which is great. But that's not my team. And Shay's weird. After watching the Netflix show, he's strange. I found out I liked Hill how you say
Tyrese Halliburton?
Halliburton. I like Tyrese a lot more.
Yeah, he's the main character of the NBA. Israel's been trying to co-opt black people for the longest. Most blacks get tricked into sympathizing with Israel for some reason. They got Martin Luther King. You just jump teams constantly, Darius. No loyalty.
So I am Two Fly Cam. In the time that you've known me, what other teams outside of the Warriors have you ever heard me cheer for? And I can have anybody. Chill, you can answer that. Have you ever heard me cheer for any other team outside of the Warriors?
You just mentioned now the Kobe love that you had and how that affected you when he died.
Kobe retired. So what was I supposed to do? Stay with the Lakers?
Yeah, that's what loyalty is. You're
loyal to thanks. No. So
you're not loyal to teams. You're loyal to players.
There you go. I guess you could say that. I was loyal to Kobe, just as I'm loyal to Steph. So if Kobe would have left the Lakers, I would have went with Kobe. If Steph ever leaves the Warriors, which is never going to happen, I would leave the Warriors as well.
And you said you'd be a Victor Wembanyama fan, not a San Antonio Spurs franchise fan.
There you go.
He's a player lover.
There you go.
I'm like you too. I'm
You
kind
said
of done with
Lakers, now Warriors, OKC. OKC, I've never been a fan of, so I don't know where that's coming from. Lakers, Kobe Bryant retired, then passed, so I'm not sure what you wanted me to do there. Warriors is still current, as I've been for quite some time. So when Steph leaves or retires or is done, I will go with Wemby and wherever Wemby goes.
If you live in Jacksonville, Florida, though, isn't like Orlando close enough where you can say I'm a fan of them? No? I thought that's how it worked, but I guess not. We're not here to talk about politics.
It's sheet. I could championship flex if I wanted. Because that's what Stephen Curry does.
Does that have 5?
No, he's got 4. He should have 5.
Kobe has 5.
Kobe has 5. Steph should have 5. The one from 2016 is the one that Draymond Green should have been. He should not be on this team.
He should have 5.
He single-handedly took that away. He took that away. And he should have been gone. But yeah, we're still having conversations about him being here. I just don't understand. And they're watching him, whatever.
Yeah. But only 5. Let's be real.
4. Steph's got 4.
Yeah, but he should only have 5. You're not saying he should have 6 because you're not stopping what Kawhi was able to do. I'm not from Jacksonville.
I'll succeed to that. The 5.
Here we go. These are the dunks from the contest. I hope they don't flag our video today for this. This is what I mean. Like, we're being reasonable.
Steph didn't get clapped by the Raptors. Hold on. Steph didn't get clapped by the Raptors.
Let's make it clap.
That doesn't happen. You're not talking to you're talking about the that's where everybody in the room said, yeah, Stephen Curry should be the MVP. There was nobody that disputed that.
Clap your hands. Clap your hands.
The player that changed the game of basketball. Is that you're talking about that Wardell, right?
How about a round of applause? Why are you not clapping? Everybody clap your hands.
Wardell touched my hand.
There it is.
We swapped skin cells.
The NBA dunk contest did what it did with some okay dunks. We got Kashad Johnson. Never knew who he was until yesterday.
Oh, you're lucky. I'm gonna let him finish. Go ahead, Steph. Or Steph. Go ahead, Chill.
Chillmonger. I liked what he did and how he celebrated each time, and he was here to perform. Now, whether you make the dunks or not make the dunks, that's uncontrollable, right? Like, you can try your best, and that's what matters. But he came with the performance aspect, and I respect that out of him. Even though some of these dunks, not too good. He kind of scooped it. I saw Zach LaVine do it better. But he cared and he tried, and it was up to him to win, and he was able to get the victory. So I want to give points for the guys who came out and tried. That guy Carter Bryant, who also had some dunks, had a lot of height also. He came out and tried. It just sucks with how he was racing against the clock during that. It was lame. It wasn't a great dunk contest because the other dudes, Jackson Hayes and Jason Richardson's child that he had, not with Steve Nash's wife. Jace Richardson and Jackson Hayes should be embarrassed. They should cancel they should what Nicki Minaj did with her Instagram account, because you're gonna lose followers. Like, why did you even show up? And every year it feels like we just have guys like that who are camera shy, who are not trying to do anything we haven't seen before, and just like stinking the joint up. If we actually had 4 competitors who tried, we'd have so much better. Did you see what Mac McClung posted about what he would have dunked if he had the chance?
No, I did not watch All-Star Weekend. I haven't watched an All-Star Weekend in quite some time. The All-Star Weekend is a joke. It has turned into, I don't know what it's turned into. I think they have a bunch of streamers or something there this year, I thought they said. I don't watch this shit, so I have no clue.
Mac McClung said these are the dunks I would have done. And it's like so cool, right? Like these are nuts. Can you show the next one? Yes, there we go. That's fire. Touching his toe. Look at that thing in slow motion. Both of his toes getting touched. He's an incredible performer. That was good too. Obviously he's got the ups and he barely made that one. But like this guy saved the dunk contest for 3 years for being a guy who tried. And, he got Stephon Castle. Jaylen Brown competed against him. So I'll give it up to the runner-ups also for making it interesting. But, like, this guy is the man. And respect to the guys who tried, man. But the dunk contest to me, especially when the time slot they had it in, like 3 hours earlier, and I saw O'Shea Jackson said, that's because it's in Inglewood and they need to make sure everyone gets home safe. I think that was stupid of them. I don't think you prioritized Olympics for whatever reason. NBC needed it to be so early. I think that was stupid. I hated everything about All-Star Weekend this year, except for the 3-point shooting. It was fun.
Y'all want All-Star Weekend to get better? Start doing what I did a long time ago. Stop watching it. Stop watching the stupid fucking whatever this is they're doing, because it's not even All-Star. It's nothing like it used to be. It is nothing like I like the All-Star game. What is the All-Star game? Like, they saved the best for Sunday. What's the All-Star game? All-Star game is not like they're out there just. It's like my boys look like before I walked into practice, when practice should have started 15 minutes ago. And that you start practice if I'm not there. Even if I'm there, I'm not there, you start practice. They're in there doing that stupid shit, just up and down the floor, laughing, throwing the ball, doing stupid ass dunks, shooting the ball from the volleyball line. It's not entertaining. And if I'm going to tune into a basketball game where I'm watching the best of the best compete against one another, then I want that shit to be competitive. So when it hasn't been that in a long time, so I don't pay attention to the 3-point contest. I don't pay attention to the dunk contest, the Celebrity All-Star game. I used to watch Celebrity All-Star. I don't give All-Star Weekend my time.
I skipped the Celebrity All-Star this year. I was like, let me just do something else instead.
Who were I did see some clips from it. I know Drewski was back. Drewski runs All-Star Weekend. Seems to be his playground. So I don't know. I didn't watch. I miss the days. I miss when they used to. I think they need to go back to when they used to wear their team jerseys for the All-Star game. But actually, when it was competitive.
Yeah, and East versus West is the way. I don't like how they had like 8 starters from the American older team, the American younger guys, and then international players, and they had 8 All-Stars. It was so bizarre to me. And then they weren't even in quarters. It was weird. Now they're trying something. I understand that because things weren't working because they weren't playing defense and everything was bad. So they're trying a new strategy. They're trying everything but the one that makes sense. Give a prize money. give $1 million to the winner.
There you go. You want these niggas to perform? Put some money, put something on it. But right now, they don't even look at All-Star Weekend like Kobe, AI, Shaq, and them used to look at All-Star Weekend. They looked at the East versus West as a real game, and it was very competitive.
Yeah, so we got to work on developing an East and West rivalry using the media. Like, who has the rights? Not TNT, it's Prime or NBC or NBC. No, you know what? I don't even know. That's a problem with the NBA. There's too many people with the rights, but wherever it was on, they need to bolster an East versus West rivalry. Let's do a super chat.
Fast forward me 2023. I'm stacking lots of cheese and making money. My grass is really green.
I like.
We got. I'm too fly. You like Dochi or you like Gracie's Corner?
Great. Oh, is that Dochi? Over Gracie's Corner. Well, what was Gracie's Corner? You showed me that one day. It was a rap. Go ahead and read his thing.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All-Star Weekend is trash. AF. Drewski Show Weekend. What did Drewski do? Did you see him passing the ball in that skills challenge where like 2 Chainz and they had a bunch of celebrities and he was supposed to be the passer, but he threw it and he hit somebody in the stands instead? Like, that was funny. That was cool.
Yeah, no, Drewski, that's his job, to be funny. I don't know what else Drewski's bringing to the table if not the funny.
I liked the World versus USA game. Which one? Because there was like two miniature World versus USA games, and then Victor Wembanyama lost, and he's the only guy who actually wants to play, and now he's off, and we get what we get for the quarter 4, mini game 4, and without Victor Wembanyama, who cares? People seem to like what Kawhi Leonard did. People seem to like how Anthony Edwards performed. I want East versus West, dude. I mean, just increase the prize money and everyone will perform. Steph Curry wasn't in it, so a little bit more competitive. There wasn't a guy just jacking up threes, or Damian Lillard. They both weren't in it. And maybe that's the answer. When Steph and Dame are not in the All-Star game, then people who take 2-pointers will be in it. Or James Harden. They could do white versus black. They should just bite the bullet and do black versus white versus mixed. East and West rivalry?
Be insane.
Remember how that last one ended in the 90s? Ha ha ha. Who's Drewski? He was the comedian. He was on WWE like 3 months ago. Remember that? You know who he is.
Drewski could have been love. No, you really don't know who that is. He's got a YouTube reality. Well, he's known for so much more than just that, but he's on season 2 of his YouTube reality show, Could Have Been Love, and it's the raunchiest of stupid, dumb, funny shit I watched because it's just hilarious. These girls are not serious at all. It's so funny. So funny. Drewski makes it 10 times funnier. Did you watch Heated Rivalry?
No. I know I'm supposed to, right?
Are you supposed to?
Because it's a Crave original.
Oh, no.
You're talking about the hockey players? Love?
Yeah, hockey player show.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
You haven't?
I've not seen it. I know enough about it, though.
What do you know about it?
That it's 2 gay players who...
Damn, why is all the pins dead? Shit! Say it again.
That it's gay.
Oh, it's a bit more than just that, but yeah, it's a good show. Good show. Good 6 episodes. Now you wait till season 2.
Check out The Office Movers. If you have time, look at The Office Movers.
The Office Movers.
Yeah, it's comedic. It's just guys who move furniture at offices, but it's funny.
Interesting. You said it's a show about guys moving furniture.
Yeah.
I see.
Those guys from For Y'all Entertainment, those YouTubers, Trey and Jay Richards, they developed it. They got Drake to cameo the last season.
I see.
They got a funny Cuban guy with a little accent. It's great. It's on Netflix too.
I see. Might have to check that out.
And then see the Bald Brothers on Tubi. And like, what else you got? Cross is gonna come on Wednesdays. Let's check that out.
You guys should do a weekly watch list. List 5 shows to watch each.
Is there 5 shows though? Black shows?
No.
Yeah. Paradise comes in 3 days. Ooh, help me out, Lawrence. What are you watching? Everyone let us know. What are you watching right now? What deserves a little bit of publicity? What's fresh? What's 2026, huh? New episodes of Abbott Elementary here. I'm watching a little bit more of that show than I used to.
Abbott Elementary is great.
What else is there? I asked for people to write in the chat and we get a super instead. Calm. Let's go. I'm too fly. $2 super chat. Plo Koon is my favorite Jedi of all time. Who's yours? Is it Qui-Gon Jinn? Is it Anakin? No, it can't be Anakin. He's disqualified. Oh, Ahsoka. But she's not a Jedi. I don't know. Who's your favorite?
It's tough. That's tough.
You don't have an answer just like that?
I mean, off top, it'd be Depa Balaba, but it's tough.
Kanan Jarrus is master?
Yeah.
What did she do?
Depa has a very interesting story, especially during the Clone Wars, before she became Kanan's master. She had went up against Grievous. Her forces, her clone battalion, and herself had went up against Grievous, but she had lost severely, putting herself in a coma. She was in a coma for a while. When she came out
what
of
she did is she went into a coma. Oh, keep going. Continue.
Well, I'm done. I got cut off telling her story. But Depa Balaba is one of my favorites. She's a great Jedi. That's why she's on the council. She's a Jedi Master. She's a great Jedi. Would you want me to be generic and say Yoda or Windu or Kit Fisto or something like that?
That'd be justifiable. Windu brought the purple lightsaber. He looked cool. The aesthetics.
Windu's a fucking asshole. Windu is an ass. I can't stand Windu, actually.
Asshole to who? Asshole to the guy who becomes Vader?
To everyone, not just to the guy who becomes Vader. Had he let Ahsoka in on that conversation, he could have prevented his own death. But instead, he was like, I'm sorry. This conversation is not for civilians. So, it's not just that. It's the way he acted also with Dooku when they were on, I forget what planet they were on when they were younger, before he even got put on the council as a master. And it's a lot of different things. Windu's an asshole. So Windu's not particularly one of my favorites.
So then go with the Yodas, the Kenobis, the regulars.
No, I'm going to go with Depa. Depa Balaba.
List 5 shows boycotting WWE after that nonsense they came out and said about your fellow countrymen. I don't know who that is. I still haven't watched Hijack. A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. You're watching that. I've been watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms 4 episodes to start getting good. Mostly anime. The Beast in Me on Netflix. Comic Chameleon is watching Alex Cross on Prime. Shrinking from Apple TV. That was a good trailer. I'm trying to get to my watch lists. The Pit on HBO. Do you see that? What is that? Pit?
I've not seen it, but I've seen it.
Someone said Landman on Paramount. Okay. So we'll check those out. And when Static Shock comes to Tubi, stream that shit when you're taking a shit. Go and just give it watch time and do your thing.
Static Shock coming to Tubi.
No official date yet, but March 1st gets the first wave, and we'll wait on Static.
I will show this as well. 1 second.
Check out the 15-minute animated short by a brother. It's called Captain Zero Into the Abyss Parts. Will I be copyright stricken for showing this? Because that's been happening a lot lately with that Pantheon stream we just did. We got copywritten for
4 times.
Jimmy Fallon. Even like the 6 seconds of song that I played on a super chat got copywritten. It was annoying.
Yeah.
What were the other 4? Spider-Man Noir copyright striked us.
There's some music.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show this. Hold on, this right here.
Go, what's up, fellas? Just joined the stream, but I want to thank you for turning me into the series Paradise. My wife and I started watching it the other day, and it's fantastic.
Paradise is so good, isn't it? It is very good.
They're doing weekly release too, so that's going to be a nice 8-week journey that we're going to be on.
This is great. This right here. Okay. Jill's not into it. But I said from everybody that viewed my stream the other day. The Toy Fair was this past weekend, New York Toy Fair. Now, Marvel Legends did not have a big presence. They only debuted 2 figures, and that was this Smart Hulk, which was leaked, which the leaks have been true so far. So far, all the leaks have been really true. So I'm hoping that the rest of them fill out because Wanda's on that, and I need a new Wanda. This right here is great, though. I think this is going to go down as probably one of the best Marvel Legends figures of the year. This is the Smart Hulk figure, a part of their Hulk Deluxe wave. They just did Abomination. I got him. He's in the box over there. I just got him. I haven't taken him out yet, though. But I just picked up Abomination. The Smart Hulk is fucking phenomenal. The only thing I hate about him is he doesn't have the gigantic gun, but of course it would have cost more plastic, of course, and they would have charged probably more. But this is great. This is great. I think this is going to probably, like I said, go down as one of the best figures of the year. He looks great. He looks really good. So I can't wait to pick him up whenever he is available for pre-order and get him a part of my teams here. And they also did another one.
You see the pink flip flops he got?
Yeah,
That's what, like, you can take them off, you can add them on.
It's dope. It's great. He's so cool. They did Aaron Davis as well when he got the Iron Spider suit, but that one I don't care for. I'm gonna get it, but I'm only gonna get it because I need Aaron Davis's head. I can show it to you really quick. I'm gonna get it because I need Aaron Davis's head because I'm gonna put that on one of my T'Challa figures, so it can be T'Challa without his mask. Because they haven't made a updated Black Panther without a mask. So that's what I'm going to use it for. But yeah, this is great. So if you're a collector, go out there and pre-order your Smart Hulk because he's phenomenal.
Yeah. He's incredible, you should say. That's his tagline.
Yeah, my mind doesn't go to those disgusting places ever. So I don't. Yeah, I need Aaron Davis's action figure head to go on my action figure head of T'Challa.
All right. He meant to say he's buying one to take out one to keep in a box. CJH. That's what she said. LOL. Laughing smiley faces. Thank you for laughing. Thank you for being here for another afternoon woke up. I'm Chill, and I will be working on a cross video. No, I'm watching wrestling. We went too long today. I'm gonna go watch Monday Night Raw in an hour, so not enough time to edit a cross video. Sorry, he's paying for head. That's Planet Fanatics. Planet Fanatics will be with you when you streaming again.
Tomorrow.
I might be able to join you.
You should.
I should. What time?
What time's best for you? My schedule is, as you know, flexible.
I'm flexible too. So just afternoon, like it says over there, 2:00 Central Standard, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, about that time.
Let's do it.
About that time.
It's about that time. I'm gonna go watch that trailer that you just told me to watch. Where was it the animated short? No, it's not a trailer. It's an animated short. I'll go see this right now, but not on stream because they're gonna flag me. So, toodles.
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Travel down the road and back again.
Hey, so we started from the bottom, now we're here, girl.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Pal and a confidant.
This is my part right here. Ooh, if I did everybody. The biggest gift, the biggest. Thank you for being my friend. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah.